everyone. I have some more cards to share using the card kit of the month from Spellbinders from February 2022. Always remember. I've got 5 cards and a bonus card. Starting with card number 1, there was this bird pattern paper that actually was not my favorite when I saw the box opening, but when I saw it in person, I really liked it. So I had to find a way to use it. I have that, and then the pink cardstock, and my own card bases that I've made, or that I have from white cardstock. I'm going to use the gold card that comes in the kit to make this rectangle here with the banner cut out of it. And then I have 3 die cut pieces from the die cut pack: the doily, the envelope, and the phone. And the envelope and phone I put on mounting tape. And I think I have like 4 different kinds of mounting tape, like different brands, because I just use up everything I have on just those 2 pieces. It's really kind of hilarious, but you know, use what you have and use it up. I love that. So I'm taking the mounting tape off. The doily is going flat with wet glue, and the envelope and foam are popped up, and they're going to go to the, left and right of that doily. And then using the die set, I cut out just saying, and I'm cutting out that twice, as well as the hello twice. The just and the saying are cut out twice from white, and as you can see where I was showing you, the hello I've cut out from white and gold, and then I just offset when I glued it together, so the gold is peeking out above the hello. But the just and the saying, they're just 2 layers of the white, just to give it a little bit more dimension, just to make it stand out a little more. So I glued those together, and then I'm gluing them on to the card. And the card will finish off with the little hello in the bottom right. And it's pretty simple. I had to let it dry a little bit before I picked it up, but this is a close-up look at it. And I loved being able to use that bird pattern paper. For card number 2, I loved the rainbows, and I wanted something that showed a little more of the rainbow pattern paper. And when I first saw the yellow, it came from the kit. It's cardstock from the kit, and I'm using these heart dies that I just got. Now the yellow from the kit, I thought, that doesn't go with anything. But with just the little scant border, I think it looks great with this rainbow card. I think it really highlights the yellow, but it's not overpowering. So I like to save the mirror card, so you can see I cut out the second heart out of the middle of this first heart that I'm letting it peek out just above the pink, and the pink was cardstock from the kit also. And then I'm going to place the gold heart in the center. This card comes together quickly, but I really like how sunny and kind of cheerful it is. I think it's that yellow. So yeah. And then these 2 die cut pieces come from the die cut pack, and the cloud, I love if you see the subtle detail on the raindrops, just love that. And I put that up on scraps of mounting tape that I have, and then I'm just going to glue the sentiment die cut down flat in the bottom right, and that will finish off this card. Pretty simple, but I really like how it turns out, and it's real happy. So for card number 3, I am using a card base and then this kind of gray-blue colored pattern paper. It's kind of a plain pattern. And then I am going to use one of the chipboard frames, kind of the lighter gray-blue colored one. And I have a scrap of white cardstock I'm going to place as kind of a background for that frame. And I'm not gluing that down, and you'll see I'm just using the adhesive on the frame. You'll see why later. Now, another one of my favorite pattern papers was this raindrop. It's hard to focus because of the gold, and then the other rectangle there you see is that kind of cloud pattern paper. So I have them staggered sort of, and then I add adhesive to the back and place them down, and I'm going to add a little bit of wet glue just because they were only temporarily adhered to each other, so that'll keep them from moving around. Now I'm going to add adhesive to the back of the chipboard frame, but the part where the white cardstock is attaching to the chipboard frame is just the adhesive that came on the chipboard frame. I hope that makes sense, because I'm going to tuck a couple things in underneath the frame here in a moment. So showing you these 3 pieces, there's a chipboard sticker of a coffee cappuccino, and then these 2 books, or maybe one's a journal, and that one, Words from the Heart, the yellow one, and both of those I'm going to place down flat and tuck them kind of in and around the frame. And so that's why I didn't glue the cardstock onto the frame. And so I wanted to be able to tuck it. And I do have to use my fingernail a little bit to get it under there. But they're kind of coming out of the frame there. So most of the white cardstock is covered up, but I don't know, I think it's a clean look. I think, you might be able to get away without it, but that pattern paper would be showing behind. I put a lot of adhesive on that cappuccino because it's going over a layer of the chipboard frame as well. And now I'm going to take the die set and just use the words perfect and day, and they're cut out one time out of the gold card. And I'm going to place them on the bottom right as the sentiment for the card. One nice feature of using tweezers is not getting that glue all over your fingers. So to finish off the card, I have the die cut heart from the pack and the chipboard circle with the heart in it from the chipboard stickers. And in placing down the die cut heart, it's kind of that gray soft blue. There were several little hearts that came in the pack, but I think I used most of them up. And this is how the card is finished. My perfect day, coffee and books if it's a rainy day. So card number 4, I have the white card base. I have this beautiful blue floral piece, and then you can see I have a black cardstock behind that with the scant 1/8 of an inch border there. Now I've used the heart dies to cut out a black heart and a vellum heart, and I'm just setting them down there for a moment while I show you the chipboard stickers. I'm going to use these 3, the swans, you will always be unforgettable, and the little ticket that says cherished, and it says something like family and friends, yeah, and then like numbers on the ends of it. So first off, we're going to place the rectangle 1 up here in the top left. Then I am setting my hearts kind of where I want them to go and making sure I have room for the cherish down at the bottom. And at this point, I'm going to add some adhesive to the back of the swans and place them down where I want them on the vellum heart. And there's a reason why I'm doing it in this order, is because I don't want the glue to show behind the vellum. So if I put the swans down first, then I know exactly where I can put the wet glue on the vellum without it showing through. And so then I'm just going to put the glue on where the swan is covering it up and attach that to the black heart. And I've got them offset. Takes me a moment to figure out exactly how I want it. Then I can add the glue to the back of all of this and place it on the card as the feature focal image here. And one thing I don't think I mentioned earlier was I added a bit of this thin foam adhesive that I have to the back of the ticket, just to give it just a little more. I didn't want it to stand out too much, but it has a little bit more dimension than the other chipboard sticker. And to finish off the card, I have used some heart punches. I have a real small one, and then I have this one that actually is very similar or the same size as some of the hearts in the die cut pack, but like I said, I used up most of the hearts. So this first, there's a gold card heart, and then I think the other one is kind of from the off-white cardstock that came in the kit, just from a scrap of that I punched that out. And I'm going to stagger those 2 hearts, and I am going to put a little drop of glue and add that final tiny heart on the bottom there. And that's how I finish off card number 4, I think it was, if I remember correctly. Yes, and on to card number 5. There were some beautiful floral pattern papers, and so I have my own card base, but the green is cardstock from the kit, and I liked how it looked with just a scant 1/8 of an inch border. Those new square dies, new to me, I cut out the gold frame, and then I added mounting tape and have put a square of vellum on the back. So it's kind of a well, a window well, or a shadow box or something. So I'm adding a little bit of adhesive onto the vellum where the mounting tape didn't stick through. And I'm gonna center that towards the top of the card there. Then I have 2 die cut pieces from the die cut pack. Thinking of You, that's the second one. So use that one up, and then I've put them all on mounting tape. On the flowers, you see I've left some spots without mounting tape because that's where it's going to overlap onto the gold frame. And I just used the wet glue to adhere it there. I love how the vellum sort of softens that floral pattern in the background behind the window. So then placing the Thinking of You down, and to finish off the card, I'm going to use 5 sequins, taking 3 down here in the bottom left of the card. And the 2 final ones I will just put in the bottom left corner of the little gold frame. And I guess I'm thinking that that balances it a little bit since the flowers are off to the right. That finishes off card number 5, and as promised, I have a bonus card for you. This one's going to be the landscape orientation. Again, my own card base, and I just love this. The patterns are just so intricately lovely, and so the leafy patterns, I love that, and it went really well with this tone-on-tone green leafy. So I have a gold card rectangle, then the tone-on-tone green, and I'm going to place those on the far left of the card there. And then I have a couple more scraps, some of that gold script paper, and I think, yes, this is the cloud paper behind. It's a smaller rectangle, and it's sticking out a bit behind the script paper. I really liked how that looked. And then I am going, and you'll see, there you go, yeah, I'll show it to you. Now I'm going to use those heart dies again. And I cut a small heart out of vellum, and this is the tree from the die cut pack. I'm going to place the tree down flat, kind of touching both the square, or the rectangles, and, well, all of the rectangles. Now the stamp set on my heart, on my mind, and in my heart. I stamped that out in Versamark and embossed it in gold, and I have it up on a thin piece of foam. I'm just uncovering about half of the foam right now so that I can figure out where I want it on the vellum, because it's going to stick out past the vellum. So first I stick it to the vellum, and again, this is just so that I can put the glue on without it coming out and showing through on my vellum. Then I pull off the rest of the backer, and I can stick my heart down. And then, yeah, there's no glue seeping out. It's great. And that is the last card. I'm going to show you a quick look at all 6 cards again. And thanks again for watching. If you like this video, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, make sure you don't miss new card videos. And I also do lots of other crafty kind of videos, lots of journaling, art journaling, and a little bit of art. So thanks again for watching my video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!